Wow, I feel like it's been so long since I've done an intro on my YouTube channel. What do we even say in those again? I forgot like what our thing is that we say. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Next Gen Media. We do things that no other YouTubers have done. We are really just on a whole new level from everybody else in the game. Is that like our catchphrase? Is that what we say?
No. we're
None of
that. Dude, we barely peaked 100 subscribers.
So Black Panther won 3 Oscars on Sunday for Best Original Score, Costume Design, and Production Design, and was nominated for a total of 6. And people on the internet are outraged. I can't go on Facebook, I can't go on YouTube and see articles or videos about the Oscars without people just ripping into Black Panther. People on the internet are just having such a meltdown about how shitty and average the movie was and how it didn't deserve 1 nomination, let alone 6. And look, I mean, I was in the same boat, right? When the nominations came out, I was like, Black Panther really doesn't deserve the nomination. I wasn't fight people on the internet pissed, but I was like, this is a good movie, but I don't know, I really didn't think it necessarily deserved the nomination. And I guess to some degree, I still feel that way. There are definitely superhero movies in the past that I found to have been more engaging, entertaining, and overall just better written. That being said though, some of the words that have been tossed around about this movie about, being average, mediocre, really not groundbreaking anyway whatsoever, that's just not true, in my opinion. And in fact, I already did a video about Black Panther on my channel, and I specifically mentioned just how amazing Eric Killmonger was as a villain. And he's just a way better villain than a lot of other Marvel villains that we've seen in the MCU. And overall, I'm actually really happy about it being nominated for Best Picture after further reflection. And why? Because this really changes things for superhero movies. We finally got one nominated for Best Picture, guys, and guess what? At least it's a decent movie with an unbelievably interesting villain and protagonist. And you don't have to feel that way, but why are people so angry? Let's go into some of the criticisms that I hear over and over again. I hate that it keeps getting said over and over again that the political stance is the only thing that makes this movie stand out.
If it wasn't for the political stance that this movie took, guess what? It would not have been nominated whatsoever.
I personally just don't think that's true.
But it just wasn't that good, bruh. Typical villain, hero overcomes villain, generic action, and CGI.
I thought the story was actually fairly engaging. In particular, when Killmonger comes into the picture and comes back to take the throne away from T'Challa, this portion of the movie was fantastic. Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan really brought their A-game in this film. They clearly dedicated their time and energy into their performances, and it shows. And putting the film's political agenda aside, yeah, maybe Black Panther did have a formulaic story on paper, but its execution through its fantastic visuals, music, and performances is what made it stand out. I see that comment over and over and over again.
Bro, it wasn't even the first black superhero movie, bro. So why is the Academy losing their mind over this movie? Wasn't the first one?
And then somebody comments back like,
what are you talking about? It was the first one.
And then they're like,
no, bro, it wasn't the first.
And they're like,
Alright, well, what was first then?
Bro, where have you been for the last 25 years, bro? We got the Meteor Man from 1993. We got Steel from 1997.
okay, let me stop right there. What are those movies? Nobody talks about those movies.
We got Spawn from 1997, and we got the Blade Trilogy from 1998 to 2004.
The Blade Trilogy, overall pretty well respected, but none of those movies did what Black Panther did. It was the first black superhero movie that was really, really well told. Huge blockbuster inside the MCU. Yeah, that's a little bit different than the movies that were just mentioned.
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, bro, best superhero movie of all time. Didn't get an Oscar.
This one I can understand, and I actually said the same thing to my friend Kevin. I get why people think this, but Kevin reminded me,
you have to remember that in 2009, so The Dark Knight came out in 2008, so the 2009 Oscars only had 5 films nominated for Best Picture.
people were outraged that The Dark Knight not only didn't win, but that it wasn't even considered a nomination. People were pissed off. And what do you know? The 2010 Oscars come out the next year, and there are 10 movies nominated for Best Picture. And then after that, 2011 and now, it's always between 5 and 10 movies. So if it wasn't for The Dark Knight, it is very possible that Black Panther wouldn't even be nominated. And if The Dark Knight were to have come out in 2018, then yeah, in this year's 2019 Oscars, The Dark Knight definitely would have been a nomination. Absolutely.
The CGI wasn't even good.
I can't really defend that one. So those are the 4 things I really keep hearing over and over again. I just think Black Panther could change everything for superhero movies. Black Panther has a lot going for it, for sure. And yeah, I did not want this to win. Green Book deserved the win, and I'd actually be kind of pissed off if Black Panther beat it. But after further reflection, I realized that its nomination is a really good thing. This isn't really something to complain about. The nomination is good. It shows that the Academy doesn't just disregard everything superhero related aside from maybe makeup and visual effects. Because while the Oscars aren't necessarily the holy grail of film, they're still recognized and considered an honor and achievement to win. So superhero movies should get more credit in this department. And while I wish a movie like Infinity War, which I enjoyed more, was up for Best Picture, I can't say that I'm mad or think that Black Panther was some sort of piece of garbage that didn't deserve the nomination. So what are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? If so, let me know. If you disagree, yikes.
Oscar goes to Rami Malek.
I knew it.
You know, my dad didn't get to see me do
I knew it.